Hey guys, today I want to talk about the classic K-bar knife. Okay, this is the short version. It's 3/4 the size of the full version. You can see I have the leather one. They also do come in the polymer rubber handle, which comes with a nylon sheath. I like this one better because this is the classic one. This is how they came originally. As you can see on the sheath, like I said, it is all brown leather. You can see it says K-bar at the top, and then it has the USMC stamp and the symbol. And then it's stitched all the way around, front and back, and it has these rivets in it. So it's going to be a very sturdy sheath. You're not going to cut through it, anything like that. You also have the hole here, so you could run a lanyard through it if you want to tie it to your leg or if you're tying it to a pack. Also, that gives you extra string to use in a survival situation. And then it has a regular belt loop at the top and this heavy duty snap. Okay. When you take it out, the blade length is 5 1/4 inches. Like I said, this is the short version, and you could see on one side it says K-bar Olean, New York, and on the other side USMC. They do have ones that say Army, they have ones that say USN for the Navy, and they have some that don't have any military distinction on them. Okay, these knives have been around pretty much for decades. They started out in World War II. There was a few different companies making this design, and the K-bar knives, they were really a cut above the rest, and they just kind of took it over. You know, they started making them for the military, and they made them better and better over the years. And a lot of people who are in the military, they have them, they still use them today. You know, this knife is not going to ever fail you. Like I said, I have the leather handle, so these are all leather washers that are in here, and they're all stacked up and then polished nice. So you can see where it looks separate. Okay, so you're always going to get a good grip on this. I've never had one fray or anything like that. You just try to keep them clean. You wipe them down with a little beeswax or something like that every once in a while, and you're good to go. It is full tang. You can see that it's pinned in the back. Okay, this is probably the one problem that I have with this knife. Is just like the Smith & Wesson Search and Rescue that I reviewed, you could see that they didn't color in where they pinned it. So I would have liked to seen that also get this powder coating. I mean, it is what it is. You could always paint it with some nail polish or a piece of paint, anything like that, a Sharpie if you really wanted to. But that's something I think they should look at in the future. Make it all black. You don't really want that silver dot sticking out. The one I have is the partial serration. You could get them all straight. So if you want the serrated one, that would be model 1252, and if you want it all straight, that would be model 1250. I like the serration better. It's good for cutting rope. You know, you could cut twine, fishing line, anything. It's always great to have that. It's never going to hinder you. It's only ever going to help you. The knife does come extremely sharp. And I've got fish with it. You can skin game with it. Like I said, its main uses are for fighting, so if that's what you need it for, you know, it's going to help you with that too. It's been around, like I said, since World War II. It's also been on a lot of movies and television shows. If anybody ever watched Sons of Anarchy, you know that Jax carried the K-bar, which, going by the show, was his father's from Vietnam. He did have the full version though, but the short version is just as good. You know, it's good to throw in your pack, you put it on your belt, you forget that it's even there. Anybody who's smaller stature, they may not have as big as hands. You know, it's great for that too. What's also neat is when you open the box, it comes with this little like pamphlet. So when you open it up, on the one side they have the whole history of the K-bar. They show you the original design that they had from World War II. And then on the other side, it shows you all the features of this knife. This is their current production, which is the one that I have. And up here, over here, they give you a little more history about it. And they tell you how the tang of the blade is actually a little bit softer than the blade. And the reason that they do that is so that if it had any like shock to it, say you dropped it, if you threw it, if you were using it to pry, anything like that, it's not going to break on you. What would happen, it would just bend. That way, for the military, if they're still using it, you know they're in the field, a bent knife is better than a broken knife. So that's why they did that. It's a nice little read a good poster. If you have a lot of knives and stuff, you put this on your wall, over your workbench. Just another nice feature to have. Now, I've had this knife for a long time. Okay, it's always served me well, like I said, fishing, hunting, camping. It's one of those knives that pretty much everybody has. It's like a Buck or a Gerber, where they all have their flagship, models. This is one of those ones that everybody has that gets passed down generation to generation, especially in military families. It's a perfect gift if you know anybody in the military, anybody who's outdoors, anything like that is great. And overall, it's just a nice knife. The prices on them are pretty nice. They go for $70 for this one. Okay, the synthetic handles, those ones are a little bit less. They go for about $50, $55 when you see them. The long ones, they're not really much more either. They go for about the same, between $70 and $90. So overall, it is a neat knife to have. I think it's a part of American history, being that it is around since World War II. It's served in World War II, the Vietnam War. People are still using it today in Iraq and Afghanistan. It's just a great knife to have. Like I said, it's never going to fail you. At most, it's going to bend. And it really does. It stays sharp. That's pretty much it. Okay. If you like it, if you're interested in it, I do have the link down below, so you could click that. You'll also be able to see the longer versions, which is the full size. And you'll be able to see the synthetic handles also. Like I said, there is many different types. So you could get the Marine one, which this one is. The Navy, the Army. They have like 75th anniversaries, 200 years for the Marines. They have that one out. So there's many out there, and people do collect them, especially if you could get some of the older ones. So it's something to look out for. Like I said, check that link and you'll learn all about it. Don't forget to comment on this video. Let me know what you guys think, what you want to see next. And subscribe to me. Click the bell. You get the notifications about all my videos. And here you go. This is the short K-bar, model number 1252.